and welcome back to another riveting adventure in the world of Final Fantasy VIII. For the last little bit, I've been doing some off-the-camera cards. We did a local recording of it, so we're gonna get that up on our YouTube channel so that you get to see us play cards in case you wanted to see the never-ending torment that is the card game. But we got a lot of cool stuff out of that, but it's really, we just did it so that we didn't have to spend a lot of time doing it on the stream itself. Right now, as you can see, I'm flying solo, but we will have a special mystery guest here soon. Not quite sure when, but within a little bit, and that way you'll have more than just my lovely company to keep you interested. So I think we're gonna do a little bit more cards just because we're short on a few spells, but really it shouldn't eat up more than 10 minutes or so. But for the moment, we're just gonna kind of play cards, and I apologize now for sounding kind of sick. I've been coming off of a cold, so and it seems to be a pretty rampant occurrence around here. There seems to be a lot of people getting sick, so I apologize now for my kind of hard to hear / nasally voice today. And the coughing, if that happens, which that was the first time I've coughed in a long time, so we're still short. Some quakes. We have 100 on one of the characters that matters and 80 on the next. So if we can get one more dino bone, that'd be perfect. We also are pretty good on tornadoes and deaths. I'd like to get a few more meltdowns if possible, and there's one right there, and there's potentially another dino bone. So this could be the game we need to just win, and once we win this, we may not need to play any more cards. But we'll find out in a moment, because after this I'm gonna check the cards that I've got and mod them and everything, and see what we've got in the bag. As you can see, I still have all rule. It's like a very handy skill to have because, you know, it takes everything. So it's got, if you're not familiar with how to kind of get it at this point in the game, if you play the card queen, she can give you a random trade rule, and this would be the trade rule that you want to get, unless you don't have a very good deck, because if you happen to lose, well, if you lose with it, obviously all of your cards go as well. So let's see here. We got a dino bone. And let's go here. Yes. Alright, so she's got 100. We'd need 5 more. We can get them. I am going to play a few more card games just to see what the guy I'm playing throws at me, because this guy here, who I will show you once I'm done refining magic. Yeah, see, we're really short on meltdowns, but this guy here in the library, he's kind of hard to see, but he's like right behind this dude standing in front of the bookcase. He's a really good player. I've kind of tried to play everyone I can in Balam Garden before, through my many times playing this game. And I find that he typically has, except for the second level cards, he has pretty much everything. And for our purposes, really, the second level cards don't have a need. We don't have a need for them because there's not really anything in the group that is so. Sorry, I'm looking. We have a card checklist, the one that comes with the strategy guide. I'm not sure if anyone here has ever had the strategy guide, but if you have, then you'll know that it comes with a card checklist. But the level 2 cards don't really have anything of value in them for our purposes. So, and our mystery guest is climbing the stairs as we speak. I'll kind of scooch back so he can pass by.
Sorry, guys, I had to eat.
Sup, Brandon?
Hey.
Might want to close the door just in case they start putting the baby to bed at some point.
I was so hungry.
I know. I had to grab a bite before I came over as well. So as I was just describing to the peeps, we're still doing a little bit of cards. I did a little bit before I started streaming just so we wouldn't have to do this.
That's all I want to see.
The cards?
Yeah.
You didn't even really care about the actual
I
game
have
itself?
no preference for the actual game. I just want to see cards.
But I was reading a message from your agent.
Jeeves. I like it when you show up.
I'm sorry, I'm so hungry. My stomach's just settling.
Are you hungry? Want to make your buffalo chicken quesadilla?
Cool, that's awesome. No, I ate a bunch, but it's all sitting here. I'm waiting for it to get right about here.
So
That's awesome.
I'll let you know. I don't know if that means they're emailing us a video or.
Well, we have something extra up there already. So not to disturb the thing, but we have something extra up there already. So we'll just, if that's what we put out tomorrow, is the how do you keep retro gaming alive for now? That's fine. Okay.
I'll let you know what.
Are you cool with that? Because I feel like if they have something, then I definitely want to use it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll let you know sometime.
Okay, and now back to your regular scheduled program.
After we got shot by a blaster.
Intelligence blaster. Increased your IQ.
I'll be here till 8:30. Is that okay?
Oh man.
Yeah,
Sunday.
that's cool.
Be asleep at 7:45.
All right. Now back to the regular scheduled program. I'm so excited that I get to sit here and watch the card game,
Yeah.
especially because in the very short amount of time that you guys have been playing, I mean, not that you've only playing a short amount of time,
Right.
you have some awesome cards already.
I know. Well, yeah, we've
But look at the hand. I mean, it's ridiculous.
at this stage in the game, you pretty much can't lose. And in fact, this deck alone could probably win the rest of
And
the game.
you didn't do any tricks to get any of these cards, right? These are just you can.
You get a Freet from beating a Freet.
right.
You get Diablos from beating Diablos.
Mhm.
Zell get from Zell's mom. Quistis from her groupies.
Yeah.
And Cypher from Sid. So it's just a matter of I played the people and won the cards. So yeah, I mean, if you know where to get them, these cards can be pretty much.
It's an insane hand. It's ridiculous, like where you're at right now.
Yeah.
Now, would you say is it to your advantage to start out this strong in the game?
There's no disadvantage to not. Oh, I can't win. Oh yeah, I can. There's not really a disadvantage to not getting them. It's not like there's a penalty for you.
But I mean, would you encounter harder games later on in it that would make
You
it
would.
harder to get those cards?
Really, I guess it does kind of get the challenge out of the game
Right.
a little bit. So if
Yeah.
your goal is challenge, you can choose not to use certain cards. But for our purposes, we're just kind of we're doing it. We're playing all the cards. We're getting all the cards. So eventually, we will get 100% of them. And I know a good place to get all level 7 and 8 boss, or 6 and 7 boss cards. But that's not for a little while. That may take us some time just because they can be pretty stingy with the card. Like, oh, we don't want to use this, you know?
Yeah.
So we're gonna, but I think now we're pretty much set with what we've got. So we can move on now. On deck for tonight is Timber and the train. And then we get to go to Galbadia, and then we get to go to Dalit and get the brothers GFs.
That's awesome.
So we've got a lot on store for tonight.
What's gonna be awesome about this playthrough too is I can only stay for about half of it, but then when I go back to my place, which is basically right next to where we are right now,
Yeah.
I'll be able to put it on and listen to the rest of it, which
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty excited about.
So yeah, we're gonna go for a little bit more than usual tonight, just because now we don't really have a restriction.
Yeah.
So, and the cool thing about a card game is, especially if you play it at this stage of the game, there are your weapons in this game. You have to get certain materials to make, but you don't need the magazines to tell you what the ingredients are. As long as you have the proper, you don't obviously know what the ingredients are if you've never seen it before.
Right.
But ooh, I can already get full lives. But because I've gotten all these materials through this, I'm able to go make majority of the best weapons.
Okay, so yeah, so in 8 in 7 you didn't make weapons, right? You
Right.
You bought
We
weapons.
bought them,
8,
or found them, yeah.
8 you did. You created weapons.
Mhm.
You used stuff. I believe 9 it was the same way right, as well, right? Where you would continually keep making stuff.
You could find them and buy them.
Oh, okay.
You learned your stats, your skills through your weapons. That was
Okay.
how that one worked. Do this real quick because I noticed they each have 90 deaths instead of 100. So we'll do that so that doing this refinement won't go to waste. Life recovery. All right, so we're gonna head out now. We don't really need to do any more level grinding AP grinding since we're not leveling, because we kind of have what we need for now. Milkshake. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff. I wish I had more of these, but that's okay. Let's see, anything? Alright, we're good. Let's see about junctions. I don't want to equip strength right now because we still do go into fights, which would mean we just destroy them all. And I don't want to do that yet. So, we're going to head out now, say goodbye to Balam Garden for a while, and
How many gardens are there total?
3. There are 3 gardens.
And is the GF Eden actually a garden?
That is something I feel
Disputed?
like has never been discussed.
Okay.
I mean, it's been discussed, I'm sure, but I mean, it's never been proven or disproven.
Because it looks like a garden.
It does.
And its name is Eden.
Yeah, which is obviously a garden, or it is a story of a garden, but
Yeah.
it's a very interesting question. The thing about the gardens is they are constructed for a certain purpose, and what would Eden have been constructed for? For the same purpose? And we haven't found the purpose out yet, so I'm avoiding saying it lest I do some spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Sometimes when I hear it's always the music in the Final Fantasy games. When I hear this music, I just want to go back in time and relive it the first time I ever played the game.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember hearing this music and just playing through some of the stuff.
Why is there? There's like a white blinking line on top of the broadcast.
I don't know.
I'm not quite sure if anyone who's in the chat can see that. It's still weird. If that is in fact there, can you please let us know and try and figure out why that is?
Try to fix it.
It's just because it's like it can be irritating to see as a viewer, I'm sure. So now we're gonna go out. We've got enough stuff to upgrade our weapons a bit. I think we all have the required materials.
The outside map, just a little bit less cheesy than the than Final Fantasy VII.
Just a little bit.
It still looks kind of goofy in retrospect.
Yeah.
When you're a kid, and this is like the pinnacle of graphics, it was awesome.
Mm-hmm. See, I like world maps for one reason. They make me feel like a giant. Because
Yeah, right?
you are taller than every city that exists.
World maps are good because it gives you a scale to the world.
Right.
You know, and that's awesome.
See, since we're not going to be able to get Squall's final weapon, this is the best we're going to get with him. But it's pretty good. We're not going to be. The only difference is really we won't be able to use Lionheart as a finisher.
Is there any other RPGs you can think of that use the circular world map where you're on an actual globe, and it's like, you know, like, because I know it's 7 for me. That was the first time I experienced being able to like go 360 degrees around and really revolve around an entire world map.
Hey, Gregory. Can you tell us, is there a white blinking line on top of the feed? Because if there is, that's kind of
Yeah, we'd like to know, because we're getting one on our screen, a white blinking line. We want to know if you see the same.
Yeah. I believe Chrono Trigger actually has one. It's not. You don't actually see the world kind of. Huh.
Cool. No white lines.
So we won't pay attention to it. We'll kind of put blinders on.
Mateo's going to be paying attention to the white line on the screen the entire stream.
Yeah.
He's going to be trying to remember, okay, here's what I need to do next. Nope, he's going to totally forget. He's going to pay attention to the white line. Been there.
But yes, I believe Chrono Trigger has it has a flat world, but if you go too far to the left, you'll end up at the same place. So it functions still as a spherical world.
Never a Zelda game.
Nope.
That would be interesting. If
Even Skyward Sword, which has like planets.
Yeah. Of course, Zelda games you really play throughout.
Right.
Maybe if they ever made a Adventure of Link 2, maybe they consider going spherical with the map.
Yeah. So we're on board to Timber now. Again, I apologize for being snuffly.
That's a little joke too. I don't think they're ever gonna make an Adventure of Link 2.
No.
That's
That
probably
one
not
was
gonna
pretty uneventful as far as the game is concerned.
It's amazing to look at the history of some of these games and just how much they do change, then how much they also stay the same.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they do change stuff, what do they end up going back to?
Well, that's the interesting thing. Since we're talking about how they've kind of brought them back, obviously Final Fantasies 13, 12 was kind of open world, but really it wasn't. You had maps. There was no world map. 10 was the first one I think that didn't have a world map. 10, 12, and 13 didn't. But Ni no Kuni, which just came out, has a world map.
Mm.
It's very interesting because it's the first RPG I've played in a long time that actually brings that concept back.
Good.
So,
Good stuff. Your favorite team?
my team was always Zell and Quistis, myself.
Yeah, that's true. Zell is a classic Final Fantasy type character. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a character that's seen in multiple games, but he's not hot-headed. He's just very ambitious.
emotional.
Yeah, and very he wears his heart on his sleeve type of thing. Yeah, how did they get so linear? Something we've talked about a lot on Famicom Flashbacks and some of the other medias we do is just people have continually gotten more lazy. We want to be fed real quick, and it's not just. Oh, I shouldn't say that's kind of negative. The lazy thing,
right?
But in truth, we also have a lot less time now.
Right.
You know, when I was a kid, and here's another thing we were constantly saying. If I got a Nintendo game, that was my Nintendo game for the next 6 to 7 to 8 months.
Right.
So it's like you had to get a really long use out of it. So a game like the original Zelda was great because you'd spend all day doing it, but or multiple days doing
right.
it. But nowadays,
it's all about
games go cheap quick too. So it's like you want to experience the games as quick as possible. But
yeah,
I think we did lose a lot. I would agree with that. And yes, adulthood is a cruel mistress. I'm reminded of that all the time. Matteo and I did with M Trip. We did a podcast last week with the Manly Game Days from UCF.
Oh, yes, we did.
And it went till 1 a.m.
Yeah.
And I was totally reminded of how much adulthood really does suck because I'm like, we're like, oh my gosh, I'm getting so tired, and I gotta work tomorrow. Next day at work, oh my gosh, everyone, what's wrong? Are you sick? Are you sick? Do you have a hangover? What's going on? I'm like, I'm just really, really tired.
Yeah.
Please don't talk to me. So it is. Back to the game.
So I like playing Squall kind of positively. I know he's a brooding fellow, so when given the choice, I always try to play him in a way. So I didn't give him the I don't care response. So now we're gonna get a history of Timber, which is good because for any who haven't been playing Final Fantasy VIII or haven't played it before, you get some backstory that you may not get.
I always like doing the more positive end just because it made you feel more like a leader. He's supposed to be the leader, you know? When he's just like, I don't care. It's the worst leader ever.
Yeah.
Makes him seem a little bit more like Laguna, too.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, ... is Squall's go-to response.
Yes. It's true.
And? So he even starts sentences.
It's also Link's go-to response.
Yeah. Yeah! Hi!
Yeah, because other than that, he doesn't have anything.
More dots than 3 this time. But Zell's oblivious to sarcasm. Or Because he clearly just called him a know-it-all, and he's like, yeah, cool, thanks.
Yeah.
I like it.
It is hard for me though after having played 10 is more recent in my memory than 8.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes when I see Zell and I read his dialogue, I hear Waka's voice. And I do not appreciate that.
Did you know? And this could spark something hilarious. 9 dots. We found out through one of our previous streams by Armanu, who's a guy who's not here yet, I don't believe, but he's an avid watcher, and we are watchers of his stream as well of Final Fantasy VIII. He informed us that John DiMaggio voices Waka.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And Kamari.
Who's Kamari?
The blue camera
okay.
with the spear. But your favorite, DiMaggio, voices Waka.
Weird.
So I figured you might try and emulate his voice yet again.
You know.
Hi guys, it's Bender.
Yeah. It doesn't even sound like him though.
It does. It is though. That's weird.
You know.
Hey guys.
I can't do impressions.
What's going on, brother?
I can't do impressions. I refuse to.
Mm-hmm.
So he loves hot dogs.
Zell, yes.
Zell and Sonic the Hedgehog should hang out.
Sonic loves hot dogs.
He loves chili dogs.
Ah.
So in the scheme of the game here, this flashback here, is this the first, second, third time you played as Laguna?
First.
First. Okay, so
we haven't.
What initiates the flashback here?
At this point, we don't know. I mean, personally, I do know, but at this stage of the game, the characters just feel sleepy and pass out on the train.
Okay. And that kind of happens every time they do the flashback?
Yeah, they always kind of pass
Gotcha.
out. So
Okay,
they could be driving a car and there's, you know.
Because otherwise this would seem really, really, really random.
Yeah.
Like we just fade black and now you're playing as 3 guys you've never met before.
Alright, so we're going to try and card everything. We're not going to try and run. So I believe I still have card equipped. If I do not, then we're going to run.
Also enjoy the levels because you're not ever going to beat this high in the game. As far as
okay, that
the
works.
health percentages and all that stuff.
That works. Yeah. Oh yeah, my life is tremendous despite being level 7.
The armor's pretty cool.
Yeah.
M-Trip has mentioned that he'd like to cosplay as Ward. I think if you did the armor, it could actually be really, really impressive.
Yeah. I think it actually could look pretty cool. He's a good sized dude for it, so.
Yeah. Now we just need to find somebody who can make armor.
Problem is I don't know what life these things have, so I have to do a little scanning. Assuming it lets me. Okay. Oh wow. I didn't do much of anything to them. Okay. I think it's below 50%. It's a guarantee, not guaranteed card, but your chances are higher. So I can hit him a couple more times. And I won't get experience for it's called a geezered, the guy in the middle.
Why is that?
Because I turned him to stone. Stone basically is the same as card in that it takes them out of the fight. It's a useful, we have to have it for the purposes of making humans, because you can't card humans. So in order to not gain experience from mandatory human fights, you have to stone them.
I like it. Couldn't with an Hawaiian accent, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's not cool. I've gained a little bit of experience because I dealt damage.
Mushrooms in video games, they're not, I don't think they will cause you to be stoned. They're kind of mushrooms have become a kind of video games, just something you always see in video games.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have mushrooms in video games.
Yeah, I mean, mushrooms have come to many uses.
Yeah.
They've been hats. They've been power-ups.
They're power-ups in Mario.
And debilitating mushrooms as well.
Yeah, and power downs in 3D World Runner.
Mm-hmm.
Can't go wrong with some mushrooms. Multiple Pokemon based after mushrooms.
Gloom.
The Paras and Parasect. Yeah, man. Mushrooms are key.
Mushrooms are key.
After this, we're gonna sit down and grill us up some mushrooms.
I had a nice little. We're gonna get an anecdote here, but in a potted plant in my backyard, there are growing mushrooms.
Really? We used to get, another side story here. We used to get what are up north, what are called like puffer mushrooms. They're not too much. There's not too much going on the inside, but they just kind of expand out. And they used to, because of the size of our yard, we used to find them all the time. And my great grandfather, he being a farmer type person, I mean, we, as a kid, I mean, you see something like that growing on the ground, the first thing you want to do is just kick it. He's like, no, we'll cook that up. So he'd cook it up. No one else would eat it. But we would. You know how old people are. Crazy.
Yeah. Well, we're some of them now.
That's true. We've established that.
We just discussed.
I don't want to stay up past 1 o'clock. That's all there is to it. So this is really cool because you have not gotten to this location in the game yet.
As the traditional party, yes.
Yeah. So there are complaints about these flashbacks, but I think there's also kind of a couple positive things too, and this is one of them right here. Besides getting a little bit of backstory here that you don't even know is significant yet, you also get to see some of these locations before you actually get to these locations.
So once
really cool.
Once you get there as like your real selves, it's much simpler. Also, I like how they complained that you parked in the middle of the street, so you caused some sort of backup.
Yeah, nice.
Even though there's a lot of road up there, they can clearly get around.
Right.
Yeah. And where did he come from if the roads are blocked? Things to consider.
With these games, and they did it so well in 7, and they did it well in this game, just the way they lined up the shots, nothing is very, there's not a lot of, like, symmetry to things. It's all, like, angled shots as if you were watching a movie. It's amazing to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so I've discovered that if you have break junctioned to an attack, the damage is still dealt, so you still gain that experience. So, from now on, I will only be turning something to stone with the spell itself. I like how you're getting... I wish...
So this is all their thoughts.
This is our characters thinking. Clearly, we don't know who that is, actually.
So it's like...
We assume it's Selfie.
It's like a shared dream. I would assume it's Selfie.
But I wish it told you.
This game might predate the first homosexual character in video games.
Who's the first homosexual?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
But this game might predate it. Or at least that we know of. You
Right.
don't see a lot of characters in video games coming out.
Right.
But I know there was a character in Jet Moto.
Mm-hmm.
So there might be a blog there, my friend.
Yeah, we'll have to do some research.
That actually could be. You could do some decent research.
So this is the up till now unrequited love of our secondary hero and his musician friend.
Now, does he know her yet, or
they've been they come here frequently, so he can kind of watch her play and But we'll get it discussed. But he tries to go up and talk to her every single time. But for now, we're gonna
Hey guys, look, it's Wedge. Yep.
So now he'll try and walk up, get shy. He's a very shy individual.
Seeing similarities there, which is cool.
I mean, it's not. She's like playing her piano, and this dude's just like standing there.
And here's the thing for a video game, this is where Square shines is because look at the way, like, in different shots, they don't leave the shots for too long. It's like a movie.
Yeah,
Most video games just, why would you spend the money to make different shots? They would just stay on one shot. It's so beautiful.
Well, too, like, I like how even though this scene is focused on him, we're getting everything.
Yeah.
We're getting them back there, and like though we can't really see it because the graphics aren't great, we saw Kuros kind of like bow his head, like, you know.
There must be kind of an approach like you would a movie. I mean, they must have that consciously in their mind. You don't get that in a lot of video games.
Yeah, Metal Gear does it, but
Metal Gear does it.
That's because Hideo is like he's like creating a movie.
Yeah.
Speaking of, for some reason this flew past my brain. I saw they're making a Metal Gear Legacy collection, which contains Metal Gear 2, Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear Solid 3, VR missions, and Metal Gear Solid 4 with trophies.
Nice.
All HD collection.
Nice. I kind of feel bad that I bought that one collection.
Same here. I was like, oh, and I just bought.
You know what we'll do?
When
Jupiter used to buy the games, he used to give me, you know, when they came out like subsistence and stuff, he used to give me the ones he didn't have. So we may go in reverse order this time. Yeah. I might have to give Jupiter my HD collection and then be like, okay, man, I bought a new one. That'd be a nice little bookend to the saga that is. Wait, are they throwing Rising in there?
No, because it's too new.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, all that for, I don't know what the price tag is, but
That'd be interesting to see.
I assume it's going to be regular game price, considering majority of the games in it are old.
Oh man, I'd have to get it.
I know, me too. Mainly because I want Metal Gear Solid HD. Because the HD collection doesn't have that.
Agreed.
See, and this is another kind of movie deal. Like, they have a perspective that we don't right now. They're like, oh, well, we gotta go, and he's all nervous, but they don't know. He doesn't know why, because she was off camera the whole time.
I don't know what he's so nervous about. He's the handsomest one in there.
Yeah, he's supposedly. That doesn't necessarily mean anything. I'm a handsome fellow, but I'm kind of shy.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm not handsome, and I'm always swarming with ladies.
Yeah. Well. But yeah, I mean, he can be a beautiful man and still be quite shy. What is this guy thinking? This is my favorite thing about this game is Squall in his brain criticizes Laguna for thinking too much, yet Squall does it from that point on after.
Yeah, man. Wasn't that the case? We criticize the people who we show similar traits to. You know, you get frustrated with your own inadequacies. Little social thought there. Feel free to comment on those.
Not quite sure the set pieces though. We got this large plant and Sears crystal ball.
Oh, that crystal ball. That's like the orb from Demolition Man.
Wow, that movie's awesome.
That movie's awesome.
Right. So they're meeting at Taco Bell right now.
Yeah.
Because all restaurants are Taco Bell.
Interesting enough, do you know Demolition Man in other countries? I don't know where I learned this. It wasn't always Taco Bell. Oh snap! Demolition Man. That just happened. Never thought the conversation would go here.
Yeah. Gotta buy me another copy of VIII apparently. No, you can just watch our stream and get through that. We also, like I said, we have our old videos up on YouTube. So
yeah, check it out.
This is a dream.
The nice part about following these guys when they're playing this game is that I don't have to go back and do all the research.
Yeah. That
it takes to play it this way.
Right.
You know.
And we're tagging our videos appropriately, so if if you're looking at our backlog and you want to see a particular event, you know, we're kind of focusing on that. So this one is called.
Are you putting times and stuff like that in there as well?
Yes, actually.
That's awesome.
On the first 3 videos, I'm putting timestamps so you can kind of click. But for this title is Forest Owls because that is the focus. So
I like it. That's really smart.
Like, bros, give me a beer.
Yeah.
Just hand it into the camera.
Thursday, man. Thursday. Still got to get through one more day. And to be fair, it's light beer, so
It's the best light beer, though.
yeah, Miller Lite. Although they have a Yinling Light now.
I've tried it. I'm not a huge fan.
I like
Compared
it.
to regular.
Yeah, but it does it justice. I mean, it doesn't. It's another one of the light beers that doesn't taste like water.
Right. Now, this is something I found interesting. I didn't know this my first couple times playing through this game, but I did discover it. Obviously, Laguna has been propositioned to go to her room so they could talk privately. Now...
Inappropriate, number one.
But, you have the illusion of choice in this game, He's still nervous, should he, shouldn't he? But you can't just stay down there, so you can come up here. But this is the entrance you came in, so let's say Laguna doesn't want to talk to her.
Yeah.
Let's just go outside. I never tried doing this before because it's like, oh, good, but you can't do anything because
Get out of the road.
there's a traffic jam. You're not allowed to leave.
So they didn't have to do, but they did.
Yeah. So even if Laguna, if you were like, you know what, I don't want to go to her room, and you try going outside, you can't.
Even if you try to make a morally conservative choice, you're not allowed.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I never tried that before.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, man. And there's a lot of that in the Final Fantasy games.
yeah,
Just it's such smart games. You don't see games as smart,
right.
And that Final Fantasy they always go down there as just being really intelligent games.
And I like how you can see Delwing's
Oh
house.
yeah,
the
that's
Delwing's
awesome.
house in the background. That's the thing, is the scenes
Scene
were
scale.
were so well designed. Final Fantasy VII too. Like when you're in the reactors and you can see all the pipes everywhere and everything, you really feel like you're
much different feel in this game too.
yeah.
It's almost a little I don't want to say steampunkish, but almost like that. Really, 9's the one that's very steampunkish, and then this one's almost like, what would you call this one?
This one's like cyberpunkish.
Yeah.
It's that future design because when you get to Esther later, it's very futuristic, like flying cars and everything.
True.
He gets all nervous.
It's funny too because dealing with the graphic capabilities that they had back then, these characters had to be much more expressive in their gestures rather than like facial expressions. Like we see more of that nowadays.
Now, see, this is the reason I liked this relationship, though things happen that don't allow it to come to fruition, is that usually they kind of video games cast the female character as like oblivious to the advances of the male character. So,
Right.
it's like, oh, you were attracted to me this whole time. She knew. She's like, oh yeah, you. She pretty much knows.
Yeah.
She's like, so you were there smiling and watching me play. It's like, oh, I thought I was being so cool and sly and not in your, Yeah, it's not gritty enough. It's definitely not gritty enough. But if we were putting it under an umbrella, I guess that just the closest.
Yeah,
it's not. Cyberpunk's usually a noir type.
Yeah, he says fantasy punk, and I can kind of see that.
I
a
like
little
that.
bit. Yeah. I've not heard that term before myself, but I like that.
She just wants to pluck out his eyes.
I must be dreaming. Seems like that would be the line to cut out on. Oh no.
Fantasy punk. Yeah, we'll come up. We'll start throwing that around.
Yeah. Trying to think of anything else that's stylized like this game, and just nothing comes to mind.
Yeah, where like high technology meets old world
Charm.
and sentiment.
Yeah.
Because usually games that do that, though this game has it, we haven't experienced it yet. Time travel is usually the reason for that. Like that exists in, say, Chrono Trigger when you got robots coming back to the past, but it's not a natural occurrence. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Now, what I always like to do when I think about things like that, things like this, it's like clearly what is advanced. Like, what did they focus on? You know,
Mm,
like what
mhm.
did the civilization? Because civilizations that focus on war have really advanced weaponry, but lower end either housing, you know, things like that.
I would focus on hover schools.
Hover schools.
Personally, that's what I would focus on.
Yeah. We are living in anachronism, sort of, right now, because our lead characters have been displaced in time, though they're not physically here. I didn't know wine made you sleepy. You not drank wine before? Wine makes everybody sleepy. Too much
Yeah,
wine
right.
will make anybody sleepy.
Mm. What? What kind of response is that?
Yeah.
Gotta be expressive, man.
Now, the number on his chest is 08
Yes.
for Final Fantasy 8.
Gotcha.
Or is it for... It's most likely for his troop headbanging. For his troop number, but...
She's like, really, when I like to be romantic with men, I like them to pretend to be a bobblehead. That's it. That's right. That's why I called you back.
Now, one thing that I find interesting is, and this isn't it's like a side thing. Later it's discovered that Julia marries Delling, the guy who lives in that building over there,
Okay.
and her daughter is a character we haven't met yet. But they only mention it like, oh yeah, she married what's his face. But they never make the connection that this woman they're seeing in the past is the mother of a character that they come to love.
Interesting. So you end up, not to doing spoilers, but see a very similar romantic trend later on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just like that you have this character who can't doesn't ever come out. Like this never
Yeah.
pans officially because of what is going to happen to them.
Too bad too. It's kind of like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
Luke and Leia in Star Wars. You really wanted to see them together the whole time,
And then you find out,
even after.
oh man, it's like some Game of Thrones stuff.
Game of Thrones stuff. We were having that discussion today because leaked by two different sources that Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver are probably going to be in Avengers 2.
The movie? Interesting.
Yeah. And I had to kind of explain it why it's cool. Number one, because it would connect the X-Men movies to the Avenger movies. Number two, why it's awkward. I had to explain the relationship
Between the two characters.
Yeah.
Oh, brother and sister.
They're brother and sister, but they're very close brother and sister.
It's actually interesting. Speaking of spoilers and Iron Man 3 and Avengers, there was a thread conversation tonight about no one tell me spoilers about Iron Man, so it became things like, since we said Game of Thrones, Tony Stark is actually the son of Ned Stark.
Knew it.
And the Patriot suit is actually Mel Gibson, who is avenging the death of his Australian son and Australian self.
Oh gosh.
Happy actually has a twin brother named Sad, who is actually the Mandarin.
Wow. This would make the worst movie of all time.
It would.
And this is the best game of all time. Okay, I don't know.
See, they come to the realization now that they all shared a dream.
They're like, wow, that's so weird. Oh well. Let's go get a cheeseburger.
Let's just forget about it. Let's just forget about this important thing, and we're gonna get back to the mission.
I wonder if it'd be any weirder to have a dream with someone of the opposite gender. Like if some of your thoughts kind of snuck into the dream.
Wait, have a dream with the opposite gender?
I mean, he just had a dream with a girl. Selfie.
They shared a
They
dream.
shared a dream. It's just could kind of get awkward in that dream limbo. And that
Yeah.
dream space.
It's very possible. Hi, Jeeves. Jeeves is looking suspiciously like,
I'm pretty sure we're about to get murdered.
yeah, okay, like a serial murderer.
Pretty sure.
That would be really cool. If I could get my voice back for Saturday.
I hope so.
I hope you can as well.
I hope you don't sound like a Muppet.
Having a cold is just awesome. It's just great timing.
See, I never lost my voice, so you and I had two different sicknesses.
Yeah, the sickness.
Everyone at school's sick too.
How do I
All-
get sick after
all
just
colds.
having the flu? My immune system should be like through the roof.
I think that's a myth. Your immune system's like...
I myth busted that. Myth busted that myth,
And we have arrived at Timber.
Hogwarts.
Awesome.
I mean timber.
I love the music in this town.
Doom. It's like kind of Turk music. If you added the snaps to it, it would be almost like the Turk.
Are you gonna get the pet pals or whatever?
Yeah, I'm gonna get everything I can. Also, we came underneath the ocean, but apparently Valam's that way. It's like
It's never that way.
we just go across the ocean, and I know the train system goes underground, but
They do that for people like me. Where I'm just like, I don't remember how to get anywhere.
Who we
Yeah.
got? Who we got in the chat tonight?
Gregory, the guy who posted on our, he's a fan of ours on Famicom and Flashbacks on Facebook. So
Hey, Gregory.
Hi, Gregory.
and there's probably others. We just haven't
Sorry.
we haven't had the pleasure of their company as of yet. You can read it on the top right. It's bigger.
Whoa, look at that stance.
I know. It's-
What is going on? What is... Are you okay there, sir?
They got the guy who's shoving his like whole
What
torso
in the
out,
world?
and then they got the guy in the back who's like this.
Yeah.
His arms are really short unless they're in his pockets.
I'm not feeling comfortable with this right now.
I'm the leader of the Forest Owls. He's like wearing a zip up half hoodie, and boat shoes, and shorts. Oh, this is another location for a rare card. We are going to
I think it's Zell.
Yes, that's why Zell is awesome. All he wants to do is fight.
fight the wall.
It blows me away even more so in this game because these characters are physically more expressive. But even just that someone spent the time to write this and be like, oh, while all this conversation's going on, let's have Zell walk into the background and
Yeah.
someone's fighting.
Selfie's always
It's
looking
awesome.
out a window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything is building the character,
Mm-hmm.
which is important because, again, Final Fantasy games involve large
Seven
cast.
did. I think the only character that Seven I feel like in like the background of that was Yuffie.
She was an extra character. I
Yeah.
think they just threw her in and like.
7 was hard too because they weren't physically nearly as expressive as
Right.
you know. Barrett's whole expression was this.
Yeah.
Like that's all he could do. I mean, especially him because physically he was just huge.
Yeah.
So it's like, how much can you do with that character?
All right, we're gonna keep playing with all. Same rules in effect now, and
Yes,
Angelo.
Angelo, puppy, go.
I was telling you before, it's ridiculous.
Okay.
This deck right now is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's out of control. Can't be stopped.
can't be stopped.
Look at your bubbly.
So is this standard rules right now?
Still standard, but we have added same into the mix. Same is not in effect that game and likely won't be seen for a while, but if, say, I put if the top of Quistis was a 3 and the left side of this card was a 3,
Right.
and he put this here, they're all the same number, touching each
Right,
other.
it would
So
flip both of them.
it would like flip and then combo off.
Oh yeah, and that can get you into some trouble.
Yeah.
Because that's something you could really have to be paying attention to see.
Just knowing who to play. I mean, like I said, Ifrit and Diablos are both won through just beating them
So you
as
just get all
GFs.
those cards?
Huh?
You took that guy's whole deck?
Yeah.
Yeah,
took
'cause
his
we,
whole
we,
deck.
have, we have all unlocked, so when you win, you get everything.
Jeez Louise.
Cipher.
That officially can't play. That'd be like if we told you can no longer play Magic. Because
Well,
I just took all your cards.
Interesting thing you just said that. I just sold them in Magic cards. Just made $200.
I like it.
You did not.
Yep.
Every single one.
I kept my decks and my rare binder.
Yeah.
My boxes. I just sold them.
Wow.
So I'm gonna buy myself a nice MIDI synth keyboard that I could put up here, so I could do
That's
music
awesome.
on. Yeah. It's time to upgrade some stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I won't have to input it by mouse
So,
anymore.
do we have a name for this upcoming character? Because this is the only other character in the game we can name. Or are we gonna keep her the same?
I assumed it was going to be
I say we let Greg.
I thought about that.
I say we let Greg name this upcoming character.
Okay, fair enough. If Greg has an idea for the name.
Can I name the pup, please?
You can name the puppy. Yes.
He's next.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You couldn't tell, but he was dancing off camera.
Yeah.
It's probably a good thing you did.
And the dog kind of does have some similarities to Maxie.
That's true. If people ever try to break into my house, I will be shooting Maxie off my wrist.
So if it was
She
flashbacks,
Oh, okay,
For the
okay.
limit, she shoots.
Oh, yes, okay. That's,
And then an
like,
explosion happens.
why would you shoot Maxie if someone broke into your house? I would shoot the person who broke into my house. And then I figured out that you meant actually shooting Maxie off your wrist.
Okay, an angry orchard.
I like,
No.
no. I like how just the thought in my head is, as soon as someone breaks in your house, the first thing Maxie does is attack your arm. Like, ah! Like, why would you attack your master?
Sid is such a nice man. So we're gonna need a name for our female heroine. If we don't get one, we can just call her Flashbacks. So we'll have Famicom and Flashbacks.
So, Gregory, if you're paying attention at this moment, you get a chance. If you have a name,
You can name the female with the long blue dress back thing. Sorry about my voice.
You sound drunk too. Is that a drunk
I'm
back thing?
on a lot of medication.
he's card drunk, you just sold him.
Yeah, it's true that.
Between the cards and the action figures, you get to order those sometime soon, too, man.
So how many cards would you say you've sold?
Oh man,
That giant box too?
everything.
Oh, well, I'm not gonna be able to get very much from my cards
I got it. I mean, easily a couple thousand cards. He'll make his money back. Because I'm giving him my.
then. My name
Oh, my-
is.
What is her name?
And Flashback doesn't even fit.
Nope.
FLSHBAK. What's up?
So we're gonna need a name for our lovely the artist formerly known as Renoa.
The artist from
If I could just put a symbol, name her the artist formerly known as.
But there's no at symbol. Name her Emtret.
Weird.
That is very strange.
Weird.
Excuse me.
And we could go, let's see here.
Do we have any?
Is that what you said, Flash BK?
FL FLSH BAK or BAC.
That would work. Or, yeah.
Or just. I mean, we are
Yeah,
fan of
Flash.
Flash.
You're a fan of Flash? Yeah, go. I like it.
Flash is kind of like a nickname too.
I was saying we should name her Barry Allen.
Plus, it has a hidden meaning. Flash for her.
Like the superhero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the superhero, right?
Right.
Well, y'all have fun. Keep retro gaming alive.
Woo!
I'm gonna keep my voice alive.
Keep voices
Yeah,
alive.
please try. Maxie?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
MAXIE. Wait, I want to see. The bubbly. Eat the bubbly. Aww.
Not too bad
Look at
graphics for
No,
a dog.
for a dog. They explicitly chose a breed of dog with no
Even
discernible
though-
tail,
even
so
though-
that they wouldn't have to animate the tail.
It's actually pretty smart.
Even though Angelo's a boy, we'll let Maxie.
New fight. Ready? Angelo versus Red 13.
Red 13 wins. Red 13's mostly cat anyway.
Well, you know, this ain't no fight.
Cat's big dog. And he's got fire on his tail.
And you can summon magic and talk.
He can talk, yeah. He could be shot out like a cannon.
But he needs someone to do that.
Hmm.
If she's dead, then
Flash's limit break uses Maxie.
yes.
It was the weirdest limit break when you realized that. Like the first time you did it, like, wow, this person's limit break is a dog.
Oh my goodness. Maxi Rush, Maxi Recover, and Maxi Kill.
This person's limit break is a dog. It reminds me of Pokemon.
On that note, Pokemon. Oh, I love Pokemon.
No, he doesn't. He really doesn't.
You realize what we've done here isn't it made it so he can never actually experience and enjoy Pokemon ever.
Yeah.
It's actually worse what we've done.
So as the Flash walks around, Maxie will learn tricks. Clearly, the Flash was a good choice of name. I mean,
I like it.
you could read him. You could read new tricks by reading Pet Pals magazines. So in fact, you can teach an old dog new tricks, assuming we don't know how old Maxie is.
Yeah, we don't know the age.
But if they're 17 years old,
We don't know the dog's age, we just know that the dog is Latino.
he's walking very gingerly though. Oh, naturally is Angelo. And hello.
Hello, I am the puppet.
And hello. It's not like there was a previous Angelo in her life that we know of, I guess. He got Mario and Luigi. Fat Luigi and
Luigi's not looking great.
I don't know who that guy is. So we're gonna get our we should change something before we get to the next boss fight. Because the next thing is a boss fight. After the whole mission and everything. This is Zell. And Selfie. She doesn't even turn around to say hi. There it goes.
Hello, nice to meet you. I really wish we'd meet somebody who is dressed like a cowboy.
Selfie. Oh, yes. Yes. In time.
We should really meet somebody new.
Yeah, the cast of characters in this one's small. 6 characters that you can play. Well, 8 technically you can play as, but
Yeah, there's some people who between like Laguna's crew, and then Cypher once.
and another character who we haven't met yet.
It's a different kind of party. I mean, you change up your characters and that type of thing.
But see, I found though this cast list was smaller than most Final Fantasies, or at least it seemed smaller, every character was vital. Like they made sure that these characters, like in 9, Amaranth, the bounty hunter, he's kind of just thrown in.
Yeah.
And
It never feels important. You don't feel any. Yeah.
Yeah. And 7 and Freya kind of loses her importance after Bermesia. She's just kind of like a party member. Kina clearly is like just a fun character. And 7, it's like post Cosmo Canyon, Red 13's really, he's got points where he's important, but 7's and characters are still pretty important, except for Yuffie and Vincent. But
I think you're right though. Amaranth is the classic example of a character that you never were like, why would I care about this person?
Yeah.
He didn't even have the coolest moves out of it.
No, he's just kind of boring. Like, he's cool looking, he's really well designed.
Who is the person that you know that actually uses that character?
I don't know anyone.
Yeah.
Mainly because when he was a fighter, Steiner was a better fighter than he was. This actually, it seems, it's functionally impossible, but they make it seem so legitimate. Like, it sounds so cool. It's like, we're gonna follow this car and it's gonna break apart. We're gonna separate them and then we're gonna, it's so cool. This is like a movie right here. It's like an action scene in a movie.
Yeah. Rob the train. We're gonna take the president.
Yeah. See, like, if you're breaking the couplings right there, yeah, it's just gonna eventually crawl to a stop. But somehow, like, you can catch up to it, hook on it, and then slow it down so that can hook up back up to it. It's like, probably not possible, but it's really cool.
Yeah. Unless they did the math and they knew exactly how far back to detach it
Yeah.
so that there'd be enough room for those two cars to squeeze in.
And we made it away with the president's car.
So funny. Look at this laundry list I just gave you.
It's like,
It's ridiculous.
but in the actual course, it feels like nothing. It's like, oh well.
It should be easy. Look at this. If you can accomplish these 17 things.
Yeah. Of course, too easy. Dot, 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 dot. Let's talk about how to avoid the sensors. Like, this seems functional. Like, it's like kind of dumb. It's like,
You know, this game too is funny because it has so much explaining. It's like
yeah, you have to get every tutorial, and you have to get all. Like, this is essentially a tutorial.
yeah, it really is.
At least the music's good in the background.
I don't think there's any bad music in this game.
Esther is probably my least favorite track, and it's still good. That's about it for the sensors. Now let's talk about how to uncouple the
Yeah.
Escort.
It goes back. Are you kidding me?
How can you uncouple the cars from a moving train?
So what I actually am excited about is that we will have this on YouTube as well now. So if anyone wants to relive this section of uncoupling the train and all this stuff, you can relive it at any time.
And if you ever need instructions on how to do it, even though they give it to you, you can go to our channel and
Yeah, we always
it's like,
be there.
how do I have to do it? Hang on, they just told me, but I want to view.
Hang on a sec.
In fact, you probably should do that. Their tutorials aren't very good. You should watch our videos, which give the same tutorial but better.
And I'm sure that Matteo will link it so that every single portion of this tutorial, here's at this point the coupling gets addressed. This point, the sensors.
No, I typically, for the first few streams, I did acquisition of key cards, like where to get them, who I got them from, boss kills, and boss encounters, so you can see the beginning of the fight and see the end of the fight if you only want to see the end, as well as just like notable events like when Selfie appears for the first time. I made that a timestamp so if someone wants to go, oh, okay, that's when Selfie appears, or things like that.
Gotcha.
So it didn't do too many of them, but considering we have like 2 hours worth of footage, this will be 3 hours. I might break this one up into 2 videos, an hour and a half each. That way it's not so daunting to see a 3-hour video, because I know a lot of people probably don't go, oh, that's the first thing I want to watch.
It should be regular. It shouldn't be that bad of length if you just take out this section here and make it its own video.
You can't.
I'm just joking.
Unfortunately, we can't do that. Oh, she's asking me to input codes. Okay, hang on. Code is 4231. I was like just pressing X. I didn't realize that I was supposed to.
I'm missing my phone right now.
Are you?
Yeah.
I heard your phone.
We're checking it out to see if it works. Once you get used to an iPhone, it's hard to spend time away from it.
Yeah, for sure. I like this too. It's like the model's nice, but the president's car looks shabby. She made it. That's why. Really? Like, you're just throwing her under the bus already? The paint job sucks. Yeah. Oh, shut up. Such an awesome mission. And then the dude is a what WTF guy? That was the ugliest thing in my life. You must really hate him.
People are just getting frustrated at this point. They've watched this scenario 17 times now. This train go back and forth.
Do they just like? I would like to see it from the top, like
Yeah.
from here, so you can see them like running back and putting the train pieces
Yeah,
down
yeah.
again. No, I don't need to have it explained again.
Because I'm glad to do it. It's the only reason we made this model. And we're never going to get a chance to use it again. So if you
Yeah.
want me to explain it again, I will.
Now I have to make sure that their GFs are equipped appropriately.
This one's better.
Let's see who's got what. Their GF's got unequipped. Okay. First things first, I must make sure he is learning this. So I need that learned as quickly as possible. Mug, I kind of, sort of cheated only by the process of looking at what I can mug, so I know I don't need it immediately. Let's see. This is him. Where's this? Look at all that strength. And I don't have holy, so I can't. But milkshake. Milkshake. Milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
You know, I was thinking I wasn't going to say it though.
Let's see. 25, 19.
People ask me for names, I give it to them.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I don't think you did. You just typed, I just got milkshakes.
Yeah.
But no one had said what they
I'm pretty sure I said I just got milkshakes, and that was like, oh man, that's crazy. Hey, we have to name a character now, and they just went milkshake.
Yeah. You capitalized it like, I just got milkshakes, but it was like capitalized.
Oh,
so,
okay.
like, oh, well, you know what? That's it.
Now I kind of want to go out and get milkshakes.
Alright, he, I think, has regular cures. Just gonna chug some of them. Alright, now we're good for the mission. We're gonna save, so we don't have to witness that lovely tutorial again.
Mm.
Oh, the save point, I believe, is up here. I was like, there used to be a save point.
This guy is really moping about the fact that he lost all his cards.
Yeah, he's not. Also, here's the president clone that they're gonna use. I'm in a bad mood right now. There's nothing in particular. I order you to leave immediately. Thanks, Luigi. Putting that together. Okay. Now, the funny thing is, we're going to decimate the boss when we come across him. But
And we have him level once.
I will describe, but I will describe a cool trick that you can use against him. Alright, and we're off on the mission to run across the top of a moving train. Now, it's funny, Final Fantasy 7 and 8 both have train jumping. When you have to get the
Trains are awesome.
Yeah. In exactly 5 minutes.
There's only one thing cooler than trains, and that's flying ships.
And this game has both.
Yeah, but I mean like an actual flying ship.
Like a boat
Like
that
a boat
flies.
that flies.
Like old Final Fantasies?
Like old Final Fantasies or Final Fantasy 9.
Yeah.
I think those are classic. So it's understood that what's going on there with those guys?
They were going to describe how their sensors work, but I guess because they were arguing with one another, you can just run across.
Gotcha.
I feel bad for this guy. Oh man. But then he speaks in asides to the audience.
I love watching you play this guy. I'm totally getting flashbacks of
Playing it
actually
yourself.
playing this game.
So because he thinks he's going to get docked in pay, he can't propose to his fiance.
Oh, okay.
Or his girlfriend, I guess, since they're not fiance yet. Should be 2 guards. Also, I think it's funny because since the blue guy is the one that's sound, the red guy is the one that's temperature, yet Selfie just sits on top. Temperature is supposed to be you can't stop moving, otherwise you can keep up. So she just sits there and watches.
It's weird too, because you wouldn't think they'd be able to see you because you're on top of the tree.
Yeah.
But for the sake of gameplay. Whoa, that was pretty awesome. Code 1 confirmed. Code 2 confirmed. Apparently he had a rope or something.
Yeah, he attached like a hook, like a grappling hook to the top of the train.
Man, I'm glad you remembered.
Yeah.
Close.
Alright. First uncoupling complete. I love that you
Nice,
can move around.
nice.
So nice.
I mean, this stuff was mind-blowing when you saw it for the first time.
Yeah. So this car is moving significantly faster because it was able to catch up to a moving train. Slowed down enough to catch it.
And not really bump it too much.
Speed up enough to catch the old ones. Now we got 2 additional train cars.
Definitely a comfortable fit in there.
Same guy.
Trying to read a newspaper. I'm a red suit guy. I'm more important.
Oh no. He's never gonna be able to propose. I feel bad. I really feel bad for this dude.
Maybe it wasn't meant to be.
We think we're doing the right thing, but really we're just making this guy not be able to marry his fiance.
He made his life choices.
Mm-hmm.
We make ours.
Ours is to steal a president and fight him.
True.
3 minutes. Oh, go up, go up, go up. Whee! That was close. No. No. Ah.
Shootsy. Yeah, it's nothing. Here's another way to deal with it.
Shouldn't have been caught.
These Final Fantasy games, they tend to have a really positive view on terrorism.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, avalanches. We're gonna destroy the whole city, pretty much.
But, you gotta remember when we used to play these games, it was a much different world back then.
Yeah.
That's why with 9 they skipped forward to piracy.
Yeah.
Everybody loves pirates.
Everyone loves pirates, but they're still kind of doing the same thing.
Yeah.
They're still stealing a princess.
Totally.
Shouldn't have been caught. Now I don't get to go up a seed level. Which they're vital for us because we can't take quizzes, enough quizzes to get the best. Actually, we should be doing quizzes. One more code. it. Alright. One more cinematic, one more sweet cinematic. So the uncoupled from the last one, how does it catch back up? Because it has no locomotive on it, I presume.
Well, what's that one last for? Isn't it just a couple of jerks that don't
It's
last
the
for?
fake cars. No. Yeah, it's like just the normal people, but it manages to catch up. But it has no locomotive on it, so how does it?
They really should went out of their way to explain that.
It's like every car has its own little thruster.
That wasn't the case before when you switched it and got between. They really should have spent a little bit of time explaining that.
Super duper, sir. So now they need someone to go fight him. And of course, her cronies, they don't know how to do it.
Yeah, but do you assume you're gonna fight the president here?
No.
I think you're gonna go talk to him, tell him what's what.
Serious negotiations. Better make sure my geos are equipped. I love his. Like, you know what? Ugh. Yeah, everything's solid. Let me make sure everyone's learning the right thing. We're good. Was I gonna? No, I don't think I need to do anything. President Dilling.
It seems like it's gonna be a nice conversation right now.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Julie doesn't marry Delling. She marries Caraway.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. I'm what they call a body double. No. Lady.
Hey, lady.
I like how he like randomly yells in the middle of words. So what did you have in store? For me, I had resisted.
It's basically the cockroach thing from
Men in Black.
Men in Black.
Yeah. So now I can fight with all my might because I can't gain experience from boss fights.
Really?
So look at those sweet weapons. Yeah, final end game weapons. He's a zombie.
This guy's biting me. Stubborn.
That's insane. He probably only had like 200 live. So the trick to this next little bit, I'm sure those who have played it know, but there is a cool little trick if you are playing the game without like forcing your levels up and everything. You have a hard time with it.
Oh.
Yeah, you can actually, you can, I believe he has berserks, yeah. You can, use a phoenix down on him. He is considered undead.
Oh, really?
And it has a chance to kill him. Or if you have an X potion at this stage of the game.
I love it when you can do that to guys.
In fact, I believe I do have an X potion, so I'm just gonna try it. So this is the cool trick with this game. We're gonna win this fight with really not dealing any damage to him.
Oh, that's awesome.
So,
Like, yeah, that's ridiculous.
Tommy B. Learning some elemental defense.
Yeah, I love when you can do that to guys.
Yeah. And what's funny is there's a boss later in the game, like much later in the game, near the end of the second disc, or third disc, that you can do the same thing to. And they give you that instruction. Like Squall says, this thing's undead. Try using cure magic on it. It's like, you couldn't have told me that a long time ago when I've been fighting undead enemies and... See, now things are coming together. We allowed them to get the communications tower up because they want to send a transmission across radios. Technology and old, ancient technology. See, they got one thing right. They're thinking radios are gonna die out. Other stations use HD cables. So this is like modern day.
Yeah.
This was in 1998 or 9.
Actually, this guy who's trying to propose to his wife, or propose to his girlfriend, actually goes and develops XM radio.
Yeah.
So he actually does pretty well for himself after this.
Yeah. Yeah, we feel bad for him now, but in the actual future, he's pretty solid. And then he sells it to Sirius. And
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
He's rolling in the cash now.
And some people love XM radio, so other people are pretty indifferent about it. And I'm sure it's some
Everybody love and peace. Oh, but everyone's reaction is just like, no, that's not at all what they're gonna say. Radio waves haven't been used in 17 years. I doubt we'll ever reach that point though, where just radio just doesn't exist. In the terms of radio waves, like satellite radio is a little different. This is like local radio.
Yeah, we never really seem to get rid of media. We just seem to add more to media.
Some of them do phase out over time and become less important, but we don't officially abandon them. Can I see your contract? I kind of like this little bit only because of the background, not what's about to happen, because it's kind of like Benny Hillish.
Mm.
Party A acknowledges the Forest Owls herefore after Party B are the hiring party. Blah blah blah. And then they're just like, oh yeah, that one's pretty confusing. I had Sid draw me up another one because I told him I didn't understand.
Give me that.
This little bit is very Benny Hillish. Because it's just like running around like hee hee. So basically, our contract is we are under their employment until Timber is independent of Galbadia as a nation. So pretty much, Squall, I'm pretty sure, believes that that's a death sentence.
Oh, I see.
Because they don't believe that these people can do it.
So would you say that, like, Balam is like a mercenary school? Is that what it is?
Essentially,
Yeah.
they do have an objective that's up until this point not known.
It's like really, it's a really high class mercenary school.
Yeah, they send them out to hire Galbadia trained soldiers.
So interesting.
Yeah, they kind of tackled some cool stuff in this game. The world is very interesting in this one.
Ladies.
Old lady party. Sorry, Zell, but I'm gonna go with the ladies. The Squall likes the ladies. He's a ladies man.
Ladies.
I don't have any. Oh, let's do this.
Oh.
Maxi strike.
Oh.
Have to make sure she's learning something appropriate. Oops, not her. Now, before we leave the train, there's one other thing to do. It's kind of one of the reason I like older Final Fantasies. It's like you can't really miss anything, or you can miss things. Whereas new ones, unless you like, because you don't ever get the chance to go back to these places.
Yeah, it drives me nuts. And it's cool for that reason. Everything's important. It makes you explore.
Right.
Man, if you ever miss something, it always used to bother me to no end. And that is why, jeez. And that is why, when I used to play Final Fantasy games, I always use as many save files as possible.
So if you miss something.
Metal Gear games can be that way too. Metal Gear Snake Eater.
Mm-hmm.
I have, when I go through, I save it at different points so that if I need to go back, I can.
Yeah. I am ready. Let's go back into Timber.
Can we fix it?
Yes. I apologize for that. The thing I don't like about Timber now is it's occupied, so we'll get random fights in town, but they're all humans, so we can stone them all.
Humans. Why do they have to be humans?
I'll go question every teenager in the area. I like how none of them listen to him. Please, hear me out to the very end.
Guys, I am the red guy. You are the blue guys. Listen to what I have to say.
Yeah, this game's blue shirts, not red shirts, right?
Well, I think this is a good portion or a good area for me to kind of step out.
Alrighty, so we're gonna be back to just me for now. So
Solo, I will be watching at home.
cool,
And,
facilitating
listening
conversation.
and enjoying.
Alrighty, well that is Brandon. He will.
Adios, folks.
He'll likely be chatting with you in a moment.
Yeah.
So it's down to one. Now, one of the interesting things is the Owl's Tears that he's talking about are a cure-all. It's basically a free in. However, if you care about your seed level, every time you use it, it lowers it reflects badly upon your performance. So, let's see if we got anything to sell, because we're starting to run low on some funds. Let me sell some of these because I don't need them yet. I believe that's really it as far as important things. I'll read the magazines and then sell them back to them because I don't think I need them post reading them. So, Invincible Moon. Oh, a little Chow Chow. And Maxi Reverse with a kind of dog I've never seen before. So now we've got 4 skills to learn with Maxi, but for every step I take, I believe it levels it up. So I always tend to forget with Renoa when to like switch that because it's not something I commonly think about. So I often will be stuck on a particular Angelo skill for a long time. Yeah, but as Jeeves was saying earlier, the Timber music is just amazing. It's just it's like kind of jazzy, but also like very calming. I think I might be able to learn and get a new weapon with her. Let's see. Nope. I can't get anything really. Oh, okay. I think because I ran out of materials through upgrading everyone else's stuff, so I believe there's a magazine somewhere in here. Oh, no, there's not yet. I think I have to go inside, and I can't do that yet. There is, however, Timber Maniacs as a building, and there are a lot of good magazines to get there, and I will discuss the importance of all of them as I come across them. Now, because I have encounter half, I guess I'm not really getting into any fights, which is good because I would start lowering my stock of breaks. Going to Timber Maniacs now. So there are a million piles of magazines down here. One of them in particular. Need to find, I think it's the one here. Yes. So that magazine, The Girl Next Door, is obviously, it sounds like what it means. It sounds like, you know, that kind of magazine, and it is useful later for the acquisition of a rare card. That it's the only way to get that card is by getting that magazine. And if you sell that magazine or drop it or whatever, you will never get that special card. So it is to be seen much later. We're quite far from there now, but I don't know. I know there's this. I think there's supposed to be another magazine in here, though, but it may not be. It may be it. I think that's it. So, got the Girl Next Door magazine, which is important. I'm not going to sell it ever because I need to get that card later so we can get 100% of our cards. But now we're going to continue and make it into the... Oh, here's our first fight in the town of Timber. We are going to turn him into stone and get some free... Actually, you know what? Before we do that, we're gonna see if he's got any if he's got heal magic on him. He does not, so I'm not even gonna bother with that. Where is Break? There it is. It is the... I may have been able to run from that fight, actually. I'll try next time. But it is the way you can defeat humans without gaining any experience. So for those fights that are required of you at certain points, that's how you get through them without leveling, because our goal is not to level. So the pub. Let's get him. Now I will have to stone these guys because I know this is a fight you can't run from, but I'm gonna try anyway. Just as I thought. And they, I think, do have cure magic. They do. Let's cast some of that her because she is near death. She unfortunately can't do anything because I don't have draw equipped on her, but she can throw a potion on herself, but not really a point to that. Because since everything's level 7 or lower, she's strangely my highest level character. Since everything's... Oh, that's interesting. You can actually draw from a petrified person. Huh. I never tried that. I typically don't mess with Break as a status effect just because it doesn't seem all that... It's never really seemed all that useful to me. Obviously, for our purposes, it's very useful, but... Hi, Jeeves. You gonna join me for a little bit?
Yeah.
Sweet. So now it's not just me anymore. We're gonna have Jeeves here. He's going to co-host. Sorry you feel badly.
It's all good. Still in timber?
Yes, but we defeated Jero and the fake president.
Nice. That's a very funny fight, especially when he transforms into the zombie.
And though we
Just
were
throw some cures on him and hit him.
though we were strong enough, I just used the next potion on him and killed him in one hit. So now, this is kind of an annoying little bit here. We gotta move this drifter who's pretty much complaining about stuff, and he's drunk. So what you can do is try and figure out his favorite drink. But that's kind of an annoying process. You have to talk to this person at the table to figure out what all the different labels mean, what colors mean, and everything like that. Or you can just give him the card we just found outside.
Huh? It is. Why you have it?
He gives me a free card, and he moves out the way. Also, I like a transforming cat person up top.
I'm just gonna say, for some reason, it reminds me of the opening of Chrono Cross when it transforms to Lynx. And it goes. I don't know. I just
I can
always.
see that. So let's turn one of those that Tomberry into a chef's knife.
Nice.
Though we don't really need chef. Nice. I need Minimog for the future. I needed him for the Defeat for the future. I still need these cards just to win stuff. I can probably turn them into things right now, but for we don't want to be. We're already overpowered. We don't need to be super overpowered. Ugh. I heal sick. Ink. I dwank too much. Wow.
Look at the kitty.
I know, it's a good kitty. Let's save here because we're about to. I don't think we're gonna fight anything, but we are going to see some story elements. We've done a bit since our last save, so. And we're gonna go until 10 tonight.
Oh, you want to 10 tonight?
So I'll try and keep it down. Hey, an outdoor TV. Yeah, I figure now with the new schedule we have, we can go a little longer, get some more time, so this doesn't take 5 months.
Yeah.
Too many guards now, so we won't be able to storm the place, sir. I'm really surprised I wasn't able to make any weapons for Flash. I guess we don't have the materials to make any for weapons.
What do you need for her?
A lot of things. I don't remember what I need specifically, but we can just go play some more cards.
Love that.
He's so mean to her. But I'm not gonna be super meany. Apparently you don't have a choice. Apparently if I just up and told her, it wouldn't have been any different. That's kind of weird. Again, this game presents you with the illusion of choice. You don't really have a choice. But I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna continue. You're so mean to her though, Squall. Don't be so mean.
You know. Her name is Flash. That's awesome.
So do we have anyone in the chat tonight who unfortunately we already have the brothers picked names. Names have been picked out. But do we have anyone in the chat who wants to name Carbuncle? Because we might be able to get that far.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not quite 9 yet. We have an hour and 15 minutes to go. Carbuncle. We're gonna get the brothers. They're not so tough to get.
Ruby Red.
But if there's anyone in the chat who wishes to name Carbuncle, let us know. Testing. 1, 2. Testing. Testing. Ooh. People who can you see me? Can you hear me? This is incredible, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a recording. This is an actual broadcast over the air. This has been 17 years since they've used the radio. Oh, please excuse me. I think he should be more excited. I mean, he's the first guy whose voice has been sent over the radio waves in 17 years. It's pretty impressive.
It's pretty impressive.
He was probably like 5 years old.
Yeah.
And none of our lead characters were born except for Quistis and Cypher. So.
It's the real.
That we know of. Greetings. Lifelong president. That means he was president when he was born. The ambassador is the sorceress. Uh-oh. He just busts in, kicks over the camera, puts a sword to the president's throat. You have permission. I need your help.
This game is so awesome.
Famicom! I believe I have to switch junctions again with... Oh, no, you know what? There's no boss fight here. It's just story stuff. But I will switch it anyway, just because. Just in case.
Look at that life. Loving it.
I know.
Owned.
Poor Zell, he comes back, he comes into the party. I think it shouldn't give you what your current... It should max out your life. I guess, though, if you did that, it could be skewed. You could, like, switch it around and
Yeah.
gain life for free, you know?
Yeah.
But it's just kind of annoying. It's like, it should be percentage. If your life is maxed, it should become maxed,
Yeah.
you know? You're fine. Shut your mouth, chicken wuss. Zell also makes a critical mistake.
You stupid idiot.
On national radio and television, he said who we're working for. So their leverage is gone.
Oh.
Wow.
I want Cypher's trench coat.
I'm sure you could make it. It's not. It doesn't seem that hard to like design. As long as you kind of know how to sew. No, don't put it up there. Yeah, there you go. I always like this part. She just comes out of the.
Yeah, yeah. Poor boy.
Her mask reminds me of Beetlejuice when Alec Baldwin's character pulls his face into a beak.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just red.
Yeah, I can see that. And I can agree with it. And I can continue to like it.
I like it.
No, squeakers.
Squeak-o-matic 5,000. The sorceress is getting her knight.
Oh yeah, I'm not even gonna try to find.
Dun 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 Cypher's waving goodbye to everybody. She's just like, it's funny, it's like she has this power to knock us all to our knees at this stage, but apparently she loses that power later. I don't really understand that.
Yeah.
I guess she kind of wants to be fought later. And now we're kind of, pardon me, realizing the true game, because up until this point we've essentially been following orders. But now we have a true motive and characters and villains and all sorts of stuff.
You definitely want to make that trek. There's some amazing artwork. So congratulations, guys. Awesome stuff. Thank you so much.
Now we get to go back into Timber, where we have to hole up because we were just seen on television.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, now you can't walk the streets because you were just seen as on television attacking the president. Great job. They found our base. It's completely destroyed. Knock on wood, but the internet has been solid tonight.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you ever have them come out, or did it just fix itself?
No, it just seemed to fix itself, which is nice.
Yeah,
Because I didn't want to have to kill nobody.
How do you make those?
When you go in the video editor,
Mm-hmm.
you can click annotations. and
No,
you
no, no, no. The make the like, you can make like an extra bit at the end of the video to be like.
Oh, I do it all in my video editing program.
Cause see, I'd like to add that to our Twitch videos. I guess you can, right? You can make a link annotation, and it say like to watch episode 2, and just have it up.
Yeah. You could do that, like to continue, like, yeah, you could have like the
Right.
video.
Yeah.
Like,
Because I'd like
want
to.
to see what happens next? Click video, and then you can click it, and it can take over to the next one. You
It
just have to
Right. Make an annotation.
basically. Well, the thing is that you have to do that offline to add that video to it. Like you can't add these videos here through.
Oh, I wasn't gonna do that. I
Oh.
was because we can't do that. Because we can't edit the videos.
Yeah, I mean we have to upload it. I have to screen cap it.
Right.
And then you have to
I was
re-upload
saying we
it.
could just make like a comment, like a pop-up bubble like that, and just link
Yeah.
the next video so you can just.
Oh yeah, you can absolutely do that.
Yes, so that was a very cool above shot. Yet again, one of those cool little visual rooms. It's Zell's mother,
Where's mother?
but not really. Almost everyone's a resistance member in this town, but there's different resistance groups. That seems counterintuitive. Wouldn't there be like one resistance group?
Yeah. You would think.
think he came to help us, the forest owls. I talked about it a lot with him, so please don't think too badly of him. Cypher's a bad guy. Oh, Galbadians are at the door.
You know what that means?
Go upstairs, hurry. We're fugitives, man. We're being, like, housed. The legend goes that my mother took down many soldiers with her strength, cooking, and beauty. Yeah, we got
Bilbo's
the
really-
full lady party going here in Zell, with Zell in addition. Oh, look at the kitty on the bed.
Oh, good kitty.
Oh, my cat does that. Aw. Zell's upset because of his actions. That guy's always serious. You should know that by now. Oops. I was like, I'm walking slowly, so I figured if I hold down the cancel button, I'll run faster, but nope. Skull, stop thinking inside your head. You're mean. Meanie. Steve.
Oh, baby.
Thank you for helping to keep retro gaming alive.
What am I doing?
For our last cast member today. No.
Hey guys, we are here at the bar, which is an awesome bar.
The only time you ever cite
Hey guys, and he's going to here at the bar about the marks.
well, I think that's strange.
Being a product of basically the, mid 80s to early 90s, I couldn't help but get away from the fantastic video games.
Party
at
brain.
the time.
It's just awesome.
You know,
You guys
getting a
do
little bit
awesome
older,
work.
obviously, I
Well,
started
Damien's
passing
doing
a
great.
little bit more. Well, we appreciate that. Not
Does
to
this
slap some
face
paint
of
here, do
somebody?
something.
Oh,
Got a
Renella
little bit
plays
older and
herself.
said, hey, there's delicious beer
But
around.
she's got man.
You
You gotta have Zell.
Great, I love delicious beer. Been local here in Orlando area for my whole life.
We didn't
Decided,
have our.
eventually one day I was like, hey, you know what, I'm gonna own a bar one day.
Yeah, I mean we're still
Yeah,
not there yet.
no,
We haven't
no.
gotten everybody, but we should
Finally
really,
the
for
opportunity
those
to
who are
open up.
watching, if you
You're
haven't
like,
been
what are
to
you
this
gonna
to
do?
our
What's gonna be
final
the catch? What's
party,
gonna be your hook? How you gonna get people
would
there?
be
Yeah, to drink.
we're
Yeah,
about to
like,
get our
well,
last party member.
Oh,
So
I love
to
classic
be able to
video
decide
games and
from
arcade
that,
cabinets.
but
Let's see if I can't find
apart
something.
from the
Found somebody,
apart
roped
from
it
the
in, got a really
points
nice
that
catalog
we're
games
forced
lined up.
to
Thank you for helping to keep
Awesome, I
retro
got
gaming
video games
alive.
sorted out.
certain
Well, like just fun art or stuff like that. Maybe like
Sorry,
a
I
wall,
was
put
reading your
cool
question.
art up. You know,
Certain
somebody,
characters,
give people something to look at.
Yeah.
Went ahead,
Aside from
found
those,
some good artists, found some people that want to hang some art. Great. And I was like, well, I need to have the cash.
If you have
now. I
a
need to have
choice,
good
go
beer.
to our
Yeah.
I
Facebook
like
page
beer.
and
I like all beer.
Yeah.
So I
make a
got with
comment
everybody, you know,
or
put a
post
really
and say,
nice
hey, we want
catalog of beer together.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Cypher.
come in here, you're gonna ask for a Bud Light, and
That's
sorry,
a
can't help
possible.
you.
That'd be
I
awesome.
can't help you, but I have
Alright, done.
tons of beautiful craft beers.
Yeah.
And you know, we started building out the place. The response we started getting off the beginning was almost overwhelming.
Ridiculous.
I mean, we were, I mean, almost 800 likes,
The
not
last
even
one
over.
is for me.
And so at first
So
we're like,
Chris,
oh my
this is
goodness,
left out in the
maybe we
cold.
should have got a bigger spot.
Yeah. So let's do this. So
No,
you got the beer
Go
that
on,
circulates
take it.
now.
Yep.
And there's always stuff new to drink. Always new art. So Jupiter, you just had a chance to check out the party the other night. Tell us a little bit about what you thought.
in this game,
I think it's
like
awesome.
in
It
7,
was Friday happy hour, so it was buy one get one free beer. It's always a
kind
plus. And they had a Wreck-It Ralph raffle.
leave
We
somewhere,
were
you
giving out
don't go
free
back
movie
there.
tickets to see the movie.
Right,
I didn't win.
right.
Like, you know, in
But-
7, Midgar,
It was still
you
fun to be
leave
there.
Midgar, you
joining
don't
inside.
go back.
And you saw the
Yeah.
movie anyway.
Forever.
That's true.
Hey guys,
For the Epic, we also
flashbacks.
We did.
together, which was cool.
It's bad that
Bonding.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that's what we're here about. We're going to just talk a little bit about what we thought of the film, kind of a review. This is our first time we've ever done one of these, so we're pretty excited. And what are we going to start
you know
on
what
a
I really
movie
should
that's
do?
all about retro games.
The problem is we've
And
done
I think
7 and 8
the fun
already
part
as
about
streams,
Wreck-It Ralph was that
but are
you know,
doing 8
when you
currently.
think of a movie
Right.
about video games,
No,
it usually
but you
has
remember I
a
was doing my
relatively
Iron Man
negative
thing.
connotation.
I went through
But this
1
was
through
a
13.
movie
I'd
about
like to
video
actually do
games.
that.
Right, this is a movie about the culture.
If you live under a rock
That
and
would
you
be
don't know
fun.
what Wreck-It Ralph
That would
is,
be a long
Wreck-It Ralph is
process.
the most recent Disney animated film. It's computer generated.
I think I would like to still
non-traditional,
do it.
Computer generated. As Disney can do a lot of those.
Thing,
And
because we actually
one
don't
of the guys
have
that
our
worked at Pixar
7
now
stream
works with Disney. Now is the main guy at Disney, John Lasseter. He describes it as an
On,
8-bit video game bad guy who
YouTube
travels
channel.
the length of the
Are
arcade.
all the videos
to prove
exist
he's a
on
good
Twitch?
guy.
No, they don't.
It's exactly what
They're
the
classics team, right?
Pretty much
Right,
sums
right.
it up, right, Nico?
Sounds good.
I should still see the movie.
Yeah, I would say it's definitely more than just that, but
Right.
Actually, we're a little further
one
away.
of the cool things about the film is that they do have the ability to, when the arcade is
I like
off,
this a little bit.
similar to like Toy Story when
Because,
Andy's not around, when the arcade is shut down, they then have the ability to travel via the
He's so
cords of the plugs on the arcade cabinets
They
to
can visit each other's
Game
houses.
Central, which is essentially a power surge protector. Surge protector.
That is a really clever way of doing that. They have like
uploading.
a surge protector is an
a
actual
video and
character
then-
who's like a security guard.
Or if your computer doesn't stop the upload.
Very well done. That reminds me of when I was talking to
Like, if I
someone
started
at work about this
uploading
not
a
too long
video
ago. They're like, "Oh, that movie
and
looks
stop.
stupid. It's just Toy Story with video
Turn off my
games."
computer doesn't stop the upload.
My response is, Toy Story's awesome, and video games are awesome. So I don't see how this is a bad combination.
You know what? I was thinking after seeing it, it felt a little bit more like Roger Rabbit with video games, which is equally awesome.
Yeah.
But it was more so just the fact that you got to see all these characters.
Yeah,
together.
combination
We should
of
have
characters.
more often.
Characters you never think to see together.
We really
Just kind of
need
interactive.
Oh, and a lot of fun. A lot of cameos. Anyone want to point out some of the cameos that they love?
Dig Dug.
In the chat.
Dig Dug
But
made a
cool to
cameo.
have moderators
And not only Dig Dug, but a lot of
are
his
just
little,
here always.
his little baddies.
You know, like,
The whole-
Hubert
yeah,
had a part.
respond
Hubert,
for us.
Okay, first of all,
That's what a lot of people do when they
Hubert was awesome. He had a strong he was an awesome Disney
Yeah,
character.
he's cool.
Yeah, I liked him a lot.
Sonic the Hedgehog was awesome to see. He's all over the promotion material.
Sure.
Would have liked to see him a little
These
more.
Naughty magazines. I
He was
wonder
very
where
background.
that Naughty
Yeah,
magazine.
but then again, he's not really an arcade
That's true.
character, you know. So the fact that they put him in there at all was just kind of like a fun little thing.
Yeah. That's true.
You know, obviously a lot of different villains. You saw Robotnik or
Wrinkle.
Eggman, however you
16
refer to himself out there. Is that a pretty big and hilarious part.
He had reoccurring jokes in the
Yeah,
film, too.
exactly. Well, you really find out in the movie that he has such a soft spot on his heart.
Well, no.
Touching
Yeah,
guy.
a soft spot
I
on his
don't know
heart,
if we've done it
but
on this
a
channel
very
yet, but
strong.
on the other channel I posted under our favorite channels, I listed this one, so for anyone who goes to our live channel, it'll have a slide thing inside that.
Oh, nice.
I ate the Twinkie Triforce.
Also, subscribe to
The Twinkie Triforce!
Oh, yeah.
Eat your heart out, big girl.
Hey, guys.
We're so silly.
We're very silly. Unfortunately, tonight hasn't been as silly as usual, but
It's all about business.
tonight's all about business. Again, that was one of those instances of the illusion of choice. You know, they said, they've been telling us, you need to get off at East Station. What if I didn't? Like, what if I chose to... Alright, now we get our second Famicom flashback.
Nice. Ownage. I don't understand this part though. Like I don't.
You don't understand the flashbacks?
No, I don't understand why do they all just pass out.
That's the effect of being sent into the flashback.
But what sent them into the flashback? That one chick?
To be explained. We're not spoiling stuff.
That's right.
It's a cool means of transport.
It's,
Yes, in a sense, the effect of that thing, that event, that being sending our
Hey guys,
characters
it's me, Brand.
back in time makes them have to be asleep in order to do it. Maybe. Thanks, Squall. You're such a good support. And just remember, everything there is going to be on our stream too.
mm-hmm.
Just so you don't like put any like private information or something. Now this is the thing I don't like about the flashbacks. Okay, let me reiterate. Let me rephrase. In a later flashback, in a later Laguna moment, when you're doing it, when you're going into the past, it shows you who in your party is going in the past and who they will become. So you can choose to move junctions and stuff around.
Mm-hmm.
But all of them up until that point, it's just like random people that fall asleep.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, well, now I have to move my junctions around, or they get unequipped from someone. It's very frustrating.
Yeah, yeah.
Because right now, Aquistus fell asleep. Aquistus isn't in my party. So, nor Selfie. So, that's fantastic. They'll love this music, though.
Yeah, it's music is awesome.
Hi, I'm Chris from Crisscross Media.
There's a lot of
I'm gonna
things.
say
I'm going to try and do everything I
secrets are
can
being
in this
lied.
little bit to,
Secret. Oh, I didn't get
because
the
there-
points. No.
since this is
Get the
technically in the
points.
past,
Oh,
there
no.
are
Oh,
a few
no, no, no,
points
no, no.
in this
Oh.
event, and
Oh.
only this one really,
All right, one more
where
time.
if I do
Just try,
them,
just try. I'm just gonna go
if
all
I
the
do
way
them
up.
correctly, they will make an effect in the future. So I'm gonna try and do them all correctly. Unfortunately, nothing is equipped because they didn't give me. See, I can't switch junctions. I don't even think they have magic. Nope, they don't even have magic. Wow, thanks. See, it's frustrating. It's like I'm gonna give them GFs, but there's no point. The point to having the GFs on them is that they can. It's just very, very irritating. Like, tell me who is going to be in my party when I go into the past. That way,
Yeah.
that way I can prepare. Now I'm like, I have one character who is prepared. Granted, I'm not leveling, so it really is not a big deal, but. I'm surprised that our blog post didn't reach as many people. Oh, well, it's up to. It was only like 50 earlier when I checked.
Because Facebook is. You have to pay to boost it, man.
Yep.
It limits people who see it.
That's
why so many of our things never get seen.
A lot of small businesses, since it's what I do for a living, are not very fond of Facebook now because it caters towards those who have the ability to pay.
Yeah. I mean, really, 23 hours ago, only 37 people saw the post. I mean, I just... 54 people saw this, and it's been 23 hours.
And we've got over 360 likes.
Yeah, exactly.
I liked that, what's her name?
Gary Fry, the shirt?
No. The character from Wreck-It Ralph. It's,
I don't remember what her name is.
that was a good one.
See if I got...
Now I fight some Esther soldiers. Ooh. I believe, since they're humans, I can just turn them to stone and be done with it. Which is, it's a dang good thing that all my breaks are on Laguna, because if they were on the other two, that would not be fun.
I don't remember why.
Good, scroll down. Box.
Oh.
Don't be such a weenie. Calhoun, that's her name. Also, you have like a weird spider in your wall. Daddy long legs. This flashback ends very sad. It's a very sad ending for this one. Is this your favorite track from this game?
No. My favorite track from this game is either the opening video or the landing.
Landing.
When you're going to dull it.
Mm.
That stuff just makes me. You using break.
I know. It's cool, right?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Win a fight without even dealing a point of damage. Unfortunately, I gained 0 of everything for that, but it's a requirement. Alright, now we get to go inside. Lunatic Pandora. Except first I get to fight this. If it's a human, I'm running. I'm not spending breaks. Yep. I can run from this one. I couldn't run from the others. I believe. I hope I can run. Alright. Let's go downstairs and into the depths. This music is just so creepy, while also being like, just like the boom 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 boom. There's a hole in my pocket.
What?
I'm just talking to myself.
Oh, sorry.
Never you worry your pretty little head.
I have a pretty head. I love what they did with these things here, though. You know, not the anything, but I mean, it's just so clever. I thought.
Yeah, because you come back here in the future, rather in the present. I guess it's technically the future. It's not. You're not here at the moment. But when our real characters, come here, these events, these things that I'm doing will have a consequence. They will be open and different. Like, soldiers are really gonna fall for this trap. Also, Brandon, it appears as though our blinking white line has disappeared, so now my fear is gone.
Fear. I'm gonna go check on the wife and the baby.
Alright.
See how they're doing.
Yes, one force today. That was actually one of our Triforce, just left the room. Thursdays will likely be one force from now on. We're having a change of schedules, so it'll likely just be me on Thursdays. We'll have usually guests as well, but it won't be parts of the Triforce. So, but you missed some Timber Mania, and obviously you see where we are now. We're gonna be playing for another 45 minutes or so. But we're going to be playing 3 hours instead of 2 hours now on Thursdays and Fridays, so we'll be able to get more done. Now, I think you do the red switch first. I believe you do the red switch first. If you do this here, though, it actually it has an effect in the future. Yeah, we still have fun. It's just, like I said, a scheduling thing. Yes, I already did. Yeah, I've gotten both keys and messed with the trapdoor in the middle, and now I'm just doing these switches. No, well, you can, but the middle one is the only one that actually has something. It has a draw point later. The other two are just empty holes. Yeah. You can push a boulder up ahead, and it gives a speed junction scroll later in the game. I forget what these two switches do. And the two old keys, I think, give you, like, items. I can't remember. Empty holes of awesomeness. Yeah, but I don't think... Well, maybe if you did it, I'm not sure, but it only allowed me to mess with the one. Maybe it's just because that was the only one I tried. Maybe you can mess with all three. But I only ever mess with the one. Now hopefully this is, well, I guess it could be a creature, but I hope it's just a guy, so I'm gonna run. I could turn you to stone, but I'm not wasting the brakes. I had completely forgotten Ara, who was going to be sent into the past, so unfortunately they don't even have any magic. Yeah, I think only the middle one, I'm pretty positive only the middle one actually has something later in the game. But I guess there's no real harm in opening the other two as well. But so yeah, Laguna right now is the only guy I have with anything junctioned, and the problem with that is he doesn't have any strength junctioned. I can move it around. It's not like this is that hard. So. So how's your stream going? Is it still going pretty swimmingly? Yeah, the only boss here, quote unquote, is just two elite soldiers. Oh, come on. Cool. Well, Saturday we're having a large event here in Orlando. Who our group is, so we'll likely be incapable. But Sunday I might be able to stop in and watch for a little bit, because I always like to try and watch your streams when I can. Sweet. Alright, man. Yeah. Don't worry, dude. You're not feeling well. You have a cold that I just got over, so.
Who we got some peeps talking?
Yeah, it's Ara, Brandon, and I haven't heard from Gregory in a while, but.
I'm gonna turn in, not feeling well, but thanks for coming out, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Or I'll see you tomorrow.
Will you?
I won't. But I appreciate you coming out tonight and tomorrow. And so does Matt.
Yeah.
Much love, much love.
Much love. Yeah, usually we have a another device here in front so I can read and not have to turn my head over, but it's not so bad. I can actually probably move over a little bit because there's not even a guest now, so I'm gonna be right in the middle. Tilt the camera down just a smidgen. There we go. And now I'm closer to the text so I can read it. always feel this part always made me kind of sad because Ward. I always liked Ward because he was the silent type, but now he's literally the silent type. I believe we should be able to get to. We should be able to get the brothers tonight because after Galba, maybe. I think we'll be able to get the brothers and stop after that. Because I know right when we get to Galbadia, we have to wait a little bit, talk to the headmaster there. Oh no! Oh, really? Huh. Well, you know, those aren't irreplaceable things. But it does kind of suck that I didn't open them all. Well. I got the important stuff, at least. Don't worry about it. Alright, let's switch our junctions back around. Oh, wait. Oh, right, they don't have GF's junction. It's like, why are their life totals lower? Let's take this off of you. Actually, mainly because I don't want to run from fights when I don't have to. I'm going to take strength off just because I don't like dealing a tremendous amount of damage. Well, the problem is if we made it any... Because we like to post our videos, we're posting our videos onto a YouTube channel. If we didn't have the chat in the video at all, you wouldn't really know, like, if you're watching it, what we were responding to. So it would just sound like us talking to a disembodied head. And if we made it any smaller, it would be too hard to read. So it's really it's a compromise we have to use, because if we didn't, it wouldn't. We want it to be, you know, we want it to be a product. So if we took that off, it wouldn't look the same. But yeah, I do think it can be distracting. Especially when there's words on the screen that it's covering. But it's kind of a necessary evil, so... I'm not gonna bother with tense. Yeah, it's just kind of a necessary evil, unfortunately. But if we, like I said, if we didn't, and we posted them on YouTube, it would just be like one to three crazy people talking to nothing. So, and we want to share our streams with those who are not able to watch them live. And I know that Twitch in itself has a recorded videos option, but not everyone who searches for a game necessarily finds it on Twitch, so... Crazy people have feelings too. Oh, trust me, I'm quite crazy, but yeah, so I apologize if it's distracting. This is the interesting thing I find about the gardens, and I wish that they kind of explained it a little bit. But Ifrit is basically Balaam's GF. I mean, they all get Quetzalcoatl and Shiva as well, but Ifrit is basically the GF that the garden is right next to. Break the lines? How do you mean break the lines? But Cerberus is here later. Is it Cerberus, like the resident GF of Galbadia? And if that's the case, like, what's Travia's? But we never get to see that, really. Or do you mean, like, truncate it so that... Yeah, that's probably true. That they don't, like, stick out over it, you mean? I could do that, actually. I've thought about that. Usually, you are one of our more loquacious speakers, so usually the chat doesn't ever extend out that far. I much prefer the long, because I write very long as well, as I'm sure you've noticed when I'm in your streams. Now I'm not gonna, I don't think it'll be an issue because I feel like I'm strong enough, but I'm not gonna bother with drawing a bunch of floats so that I can make the brothers float and thus their Regan go away. So the fights may take a little longer, but Zell and Renault are strong enough to where they should just be able to overcome that Regan. Yeah, yeah. I just know that it's the trick to stop their Regan as well as protect you from their hits, but I've got so much life and damage that I don't think it matters. of Squall's tirades about being a brutish person. Although not necessarily a incorrect thought, it's just he since we don't really get too much of his thought other than this. I mean, actually, we get a ton of Squall's thoughts, but I just mean as far as introspection into his character, because he thinks to himself a lot, he's viewed as broody. That's actually a very interesting question. Would you consider his thoughts during the Laguna backflashes or the flashbacks, or are those considered speaking, even though they're thoughts? Because if those are taken into account, it's very possible he may think more than he speaks. Yeah, I'll try and work on making the chat thinner, taller and thinner. Yeah, it's very, very good thought. So it's very possible Squall, I think when he thinks too, he typically thinks longer thoughts. Like there's more words in his thought bubbles, and when a lot of the things that he says too are just ... So it's not really him saying anything because it's just their way of showing silence. So it's very possible he may say more words in his head than he actually says out from his mouth. That's what, man, I should have started right off the bat with trying to get that across. I'm gonna put my water bottle down because that looks weird. Try and analyze that as we play, but the dialogue run, I like it. We don't do anything but play the story. We don't do any side quests unless the side quests include Squall's thoughts. If Squall talks during a side quest, I guess we'd have to do it. Oh, whoops. It's weird that they would even let you leave. He talks during the underwater reactor one, and he talks during the chocobo ones. I didn't even bother to check. But it just let me leave Galbadia without even waiting for Martine. yeah, one of these things could be a story bit that's never been shown. Squall could think to himself alone if he's out there by himself. Yeah. I was actually earlier, I'm not quite sure if you were there for it yet, but when we were in when we were in Daling City with Laguna, I had never known prior to your stream that if you walk outside the hotel after Julia invites you up, that you could you're allowed to walk outside, but there's a blockage in the cities, in the streets, so you can't actually leave. I never knew that before because I never tried. I just went along with what the game was telling me to do. So I did it in this one as well and kind of gave an explanation. And Irvine is introduced. I always thought it strange. He seems to be using... His weapon of choice seems to be a shotgun. At least his basic one. Yet... he's their sniper as well. Yeah, if you like talk to Irvine, it's kind of weird, like it just progresses. Wow, Irvine starts level 13. I like how he complains, yet he's still getting Quistis and Selfie. Like, he wanted Renoa and Selfie. He's getting Quistis and Selfie. It's not that much of a... For some, by many standards, a lot of people would think it's an upgrade for his situation, but... I did, yeah. He just kind of gave the orders. I made sure I didn't even talk to Irvine. He just kind of walked up and started talking after I talked to Zell. It kind of progressed the same. I didn't really see any difference, but... You're telling me now how to switch party members and how to do this stuff. I guess because I haven't had the... Yeah, Quistis is a year older, so it makes a huge difference. Like, if they didn't describe her age, if they didn't tell you her age, they would make you think, based on her role as a teacher and just generally her attitude and everything, that she's significantly older by at least 5 years. Until later when you discover. But... you know, until then, it's just... like these tutorials. I wish it was like, do you want to see the switching tutorials? Not that I play this game a lot, but I did just recently play through it, and then we kind of had the epiphany to do a no level. So this is essentially the same. I've seen this twice within a period of time. It's like, yeah, I get it. I can figure it out. I've played RPGs before. If I haven't, then give me the option to view it. But all right. Now we run to Delling. All right, we gotta hop the train to Delling. So we got 28 minutes, I think. Sorry, 18 minutes. I think that might be enough time because I'm not gonna bother. I'll do the. Again, making me pay for my own ticket. I'll do the stuff in the city the next time. Because I just want to try and get the brothers tonight, if possible. I think I should be okay because I remember essentially how to do it. I like how Selfie's always out of the room when we're discussing, like, not always, but on trains, she's always out of the room for the strategy discussions. Yeah, all this talk is kind of funny. I'm not going to talk about spoilers this playthrough, even though, like I said, I know a lot of people have already played the game, so it's likely everyone who's watching this has already played it before. But for those who may not have already played it, I don't want to spoil anything. It's just funny reading his dialogue when you kind of know the stuff that eventually comes out during the course of the game. Zell's so strong he causes tremors within the train. They go through all of the different cars that this train has. that this is weird. It's like I never really use. I don't know about you, but I never really use transportation in this game. I might this one because I just want to get to the. Although I don't have any. It comes pre-fueled. But anyway, I usually don't use cars or trains other than. Yeah, I usually don't use them post when you like have to. I kind of just walk the world. It's like, what's the point? Like, I don't want to drive around and not get into fights, but I guess for this, and even in the city, you can in this city you can take the bus from screen to screen. Yeah, that's true. I never really do them though. This way. Oh yeah. Yeah, I might get a car this time just because I don't. Well, yeah, none of the creatures that I'm fighting here are worth carding, really. I mean, the AP is nice, but. Yeah, I haven't seen one in a while. I'm not gonna bother. I'll just run. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. I wonder if they ever do an HD remake, if they'd intentionally kind of make it still blurry, or if they'd give us the answer to that question. Because there's a lot of writing in these older games that's just so hard to see. Ooh. As you can see, I am not giving myself the same restriction that you are in your playthrough of not upgrading a weapon until you get the magazine that describes it. But yeah, I have Squall's second to last weapon and essentially the last weapon. Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, you know what? They keep telling us they don't want to do an HD remake of the game because they want it to be they want to make a new game that's equally as good as say 10, but their real reason is because they wrote in a secret message in like demonic text that if they made it HD, they'd have to show, and then it would cause some sort of, problem. Use float, use float. No, I don't think I'm gonna. I'll save first, just because never know what could happen when I'm down in here. The beginning of tomorrow night's stream is going to be essentially General Caraway walking us around the city of Deling and telling us about the plan for 15 minutes. As much as I like that bit, it takes a while because you gotta walk around town. Yeah. Try and fit it into your theory. Or fit it into a theory, rather. Not necessarily your theory. Alright, so this is Sacred, one of the two Minotaur brothers, though we are going to change his name. We already have predetermined names. Yeah, we did discuss craziness. There's crazy, and then there's that's crazy. Although if the sorceress was, if Adia was the one who, oh, you know what I didn't do? Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, this could take a while. No, that sucks. I forgot I had Quake junction to his attack. Woo. I have to do something else. Hang on. I'm gonna have to GF him. I wonder, how did I do that? But you know, if it's the sorceress that established the garden for the purpose of defeating a sorceress, perhaps the cars do have a meaning. I'm completely joking. I'm just, you know. I'll have to readjust because I forgot to equip spells in their strength because I was afraid of just cracking a random enemy for all of its life. And as a result, they're not strong enough to deal a ton of damage. Squall will never be, but that's just because Squall doesn't have strength junction yet. Oh, I'm slow on that. Yeah. Well, I'd be interested. I think you should also, if you during the course of your stream, obviously you're going to talk about it. But it'd be kind of cool if you did like a what's the word I'm looking for? Like a written blog or something somewhere where you can kind of write it out. That way, if anyone misses a stream or something like that, I'm sure you'll do like a comprehensive thing. But because I'd be interested to read something like that as well. Okay, this has to change. Now we'll be able to deal plenty of damage. Tornado's better. There we go. Alright, cool. Now we can progress. Yeah. I believe this up ahead is the hallway that leads to the... yeah. Okay. So this is the front entrance behind me. Or no, sorry. Right there to the right. So if I go straight... right again. I believe if I go left. It's kind of confusing, but I usually go around the edge, but this time I'm trying to challenge my memory of the place rather than... I like it. I'm excited. have to go, if that's all I have to do or not. Or if there's I think I have to go to the top one as well. If I don't, I wasted a couple minutes, but no big deal. I'm gonna go a little over my expected time, but again, it's not a big deal. I'll have to write down the student number because I'm sure I can remember it, but just in case I do not, I don't wish to. Although, I'll be saving right outside, so I'll just run back in. I won't bother writing it down, and I might remember it anyway, so. No. I'll get it. I'll get it and just cast it on both of them. Make it go a little bit faster. Of course he drew 10. A little too much, but enough to where I won't have to worry about it. But I will discard the remainder afterwards because Float, in my opinion, is the worst spell in this game. It doesn't really have a point. It's... Other than here, it really doesn't have a point. Oh, hang on. I need to card him. What is his life? I'm scared to just hit him. I'm gonna cast Demi on him. Okay, 1091. I don't think I'm strong enough to deal that much damage, so. But I'm still gonna Demi him. Get myself a dino bone from this guy. That's funny. What did they name individual? The individual. Because don't you get to name them both? I think you get to name them both. Maybe you don't. Or do you name them both and then name the collective GF for them as well? I don't remember. Huh. Well, we have a name. It's not necessarily, ah, crap, I didn't mean to go here. It's not necessarily a plural name, but it'll work because it was a requested name. So I wrote that down because that I knew I was not going to remember. And there's not enough letters to do both names, like an and symbol. That'd be cool if you could do an and. Well, I think you can do an and symbol, but with only 8 characters or whatever you have, you don't really get much of a... You don't really get much leeway as far as naming things. I always liked how a Minotaur always talked in lowercase and Sacred always talked in all caps. Alright, Squall will cast Float on both. 2.5 bros. Also, I think that might be a little long. I wish there wasn't a limit to titles. No, well, a limit within reason. Obviously, if it was infinite characters, you'd get people who are naming GFs and characters with just nothing but A's and numbers and whatnot, but... Mike and Ike. Me and Mini-Me. Any combination of brothers like Mario and Luigi, I'm sure people have made like that pairing. Oops. Get out of here. Do nothing. Ifrit, I think, is at the point now. Oh, Ifrit is now at the point where he has nothing worth learning. Oh man. Yeah, the other name is 4 letters, but wow, 2 cows. I can't even do an and symbol, that sucks. I can do like... I can do like this. That'll have to do. There's no and symbol, so you'd have to do like N for like so and so N, or yeah, or like 2, but I'm just gonna do that. It is what it is. I don't want it to look ridiculous. Oh, is there? I'll use a rename card or something. But even so, like, oh, I didn't even. But yeah. There's not enough letters anyway, so I don't know if it would be. I can always ask the person who chose the names is not here for tonight's stream because they have school. So tomorrow they should be around and I can ask them, and if they have an opinion one way or another. So we're gonna go out and save, and we're gonna call it a night because it is already past 10 o'clock at night over here, and I'm not currently at my own house, so I will have to drive home and eat dinner and all sorts of things, so. But we're going to stream for 3 hours from now on out. Yeah, right? There are no ghosts. There's no, like, ghost enemies. So. Alright, we have the. Oh, wait, before I do that, hang on. Let me do some little housekeeping real quick. This is on Squall right now, and I don't necessarily know that I need it on him, so I'm going to switch that around. Wait. 65 of 100 for that. Alright. Junction GF. Take this off. so that eventually he can have strength junctioned and actually contribute. Because right now he does not contribute. Um, 40. No status on him. I'll have to readjust that stuff. Why not? Let's see. Magic. Exchange. Let's give sleeps. And we'll give death. No, he already had death. Let's give him pain. Alright, so junction. I don't want a junction. Yeah, I'll junction pain. I was afraid of junction pain because of poison. But blind and silence is also helpful, so. Alright. So that's that. I'm gonna save. We're gonna call it a night, and be sure to, obviously, I know you are, you already have, but if you are watching and you would like to continue watching us, be sure to follow us on Twitch here. Also be sure to like us on Facebook at Famicom Flashbacks. We have 2 YouTube channels up now, one Famoflash Media, which has our basic videos and whatnot, and Famoflash Live, which is where we post these streams. So be sure to, if you wish to rewatch them, or if you want to try and get someone into watching them, send them over to that YouTube channel and be sure to subscribe. And we also have a blog on WordPress, famicomflashbacks.wordpress.com. It's where we write pretty much anything we're thinking about. We just posted an article this week about games that we've basically binged on, which means we played for more than a day at a time. So be sure to check us out on all the different media, and we'll see you tomorrow at 7 o'clock Eastern Time and play for another 3 or so hours. So hope to see you tomorrow, and be sure to keep retro gaming alive.